Hi guys. Um, I'm kind of having a hard time staying on topic today. I don't know if I don't really know what the problem is. I guess my focus isn't really where it should be. I'm also really tired. Daylight savings definitely is not easy on my body. All of this darkness that kind of comes with it is not easy on my brain or my body. And today was kind of I don't know, the doctors, every time I go to the doctors it's a little bit stressful, but I'm happy to kind of have some answers about what's going on with my body in at least one aspect. Yeah, okay, so let me just kind of talk about my doctor's appointment today. So last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that, I did some more blood work, I should say, because God knows I have had so much blood work in the past year. I can't even tell you. Tons of blood work, tons of medical stuff like ultrasounds and x-rays and all sorts of fun things. Anyway, so last week I had, or the week before, I had some lab work done. They checked my glucose levels and my insulin levels. Thanks to my amazing team of doctors, because my initial doctor didn't really think about that particular bit of blood work. We did all of the other blood work as far as like my hormone levels and all sorts of stuff like that. Just like basic health stuff, but a little extra, basically. So today's appointment was all about talking about dietary changes and starting my new medication. Basically, the problem is that my body is not processing my own natural insulin properly, my pancreas. Basically, the meds that I'm going to be taking are helping my pancreas function better. I'm not diabetic, I'm not pre-diabetic, nothing like that. It's just a tiny bit high, and apparently that can affect fertility. Not only can it affect being able to get pregnant, but it can also affect staying pregnant. So it very well could be that's an issue, but we don't really know. The doctor said that the only way to know for sure is basically trial and error. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And I mean, needless to say, that definitely like puts a little extra stress on me. It's just one more thing to remember, one more thing to kind of complicate everything. I am not very good about my diet. I was doing really well before COVID, but COVID kind of like threw me off my game completely. I was doing really well with a lot of things, going to the gym, drinking water, eating right, all of that kind of stuff, and that kind of all went out the window with COVID. So that's where I'm at right now. Dietary changes. I have to take it easy with, dairy products, which I don't really do a whole lot of anyways, except for cheese. I love cheese. But, anything high carb, pasta, bread, stuff like that. I need to take on more protein, less sugar. She said specifically simple sugar, so that's basically in like any kind of candy or anything like that. So she said even though things like Twizzlers and gummy bears and stuff like that are low in fat, they're still not good for my pancreas and my ability to process my insulin and stuff like that. So, yeah. So that's kind of fun. It's not exactly the news that I would like to hear, but at the same time, I'm kind of excited because that means that we're one step closer to figuring out why I can't carry to term. So that's pretty exciting, but the rest of it is just very mentally stressful, and yeah, so okay, so earlier we had kind of talked about loving yourself and having people love you when you're mentally ill. It's definitely a challenge for sure. Loving somebody that's mentally ill is very difficult. Finding a way to like allow people to love you is hard too. When I first met my husband, I actually told one of the friends that introduced us that I didn't think I was good enough for him, and that I was afraid of hurting him and, you know, whatever. Which is really odd because, like, more often than not in my relationships, I wasn't the one doing the hurting. So it's kind of weird that was kind of where my brain went. But, well, not weird. I suppose that's the mental illness talking. So yeah, so allowing him to love me and stuff like that when I thought that I didn't deserve the love was kind of a trip. Thankfully, he was pretty persistent, and he actually like told me 3 weeks after we met that he loved me, and I was like, no, you don't even know me. And he said, you'll see. And here we are now, married and very much in love. So but kind of allowing him to love me, like, even at that point I was saying, you don't love me, there's no way you can love me. I don't know, I don't know if it had to do with like my past relationships, or if it was only solely specifically my mental illness. I mean, probably a combination of both, truthfully. But I'm glad that I allowed him to love me, because here we are, happy, and I mean, every relationship has issues. Our relationship is no different. Boy, do we have our issues. But we still love each other, and we love each other despite our mental illnesses and our different issues. So it was hard to let him love me, for sure. And most of that definitely comes from the inability to love myself. So I'm being repetitive now. This is what I'm talking about. I'm having a really hard time staying on topic and focusing, and yeah. So I'm probably gonna just call it on the video for tonight, because I'm having a kind of a hard time. I feel fine mentally, mind you. Just a little tired, I guess, yeah. Plus, it's a little past my bedtime right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the hay. Every time that I'm exhausted, I'm going to take advantage of that, since I have so much trouble sleeping at night. So I'm gonna go to sleep. I will get back to the videos tomorrow morning, and hopefully be a little more focused, and be able to kind of talk more about self-love and allowing others to love you, and ways of coping when people don't exactly accept you, or when people have a hard time loving you because of mental illness. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about it all tomorrow. Um, and I really appreciate those of you who are reaching out. I have had quite a few people reach out and kind of bare their souls to me, which is kind of an amazing gift. So I want to thank you guys for trusting me with all of your own stories and stuff like that. And I really hope that you um, keep giving me, stuff to relate to, because it's kind of awesome, and that's the point of this. So, okay, well, I love you guys, and I hope you all sleep super duper well, and just stay well, guys. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and we'll talk more tomorrow. All right.